Good day, folks. My name is Chad Royer, and welcome to my channel, What's Up with Chad Y. Royer. And if you haven't done so, I would like for you to subscribe to my channel so that you have notifications when I come on. Please like and leave comments, and also share with folks who you know. So I hope everyone is doing well. So here's what's happening. I had a recent visit with the doctors where they were discussing the immunizations that I had to receive. So, for those who may not know, I had a transplant, a bone marrow transplant, excuse me, um, bone marrow transplant from the chemo in April. And from that process, I lost a lot of elements that helped with my immunity. I lost some immunizations. So, one of the purposes of the visit was to replace some of those immunizations that are missing or not effective. And I just want to make this disclaimer for folks to know that people have lots of opinions about immunizations, vaccinations, and so forth. The science, the medical world is backed by the science that vaccinations help the body fight the probability of getting infections or diseases or illnesses and such. Not all vaccinations work the same, not all immunizations work the same, but the intention is to prevent the body from getting sick, ailments, or even dying. Lots of people react differently to vaccinations and immunizations. And in my case, I was able to take the immunizations without much issue, thank goodness. And I say much issue because I did have a side effect from two side effects actually from taking them. I previously had to take uh, the flu and the COVID because they wanted me to take those at the pharmacy. But I had a list, and I'll just quickly go over the list of the vaccines that I had to take. And some of them I would have to take multiple times to be up to date with the vaccinations. So one of them is called Prevnar 20. That's for pneumonia. So that one I took. I have to take a few of those. That helps me fight against pneumonia. There's another one called tetanus, diphtheria, pertussis, also known as Tdap. And I'm just going to use a reference here. So I got this from the doctor's office. So according to this, the Tdap vaccine can prevent tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis. Diphtheria and pertussis spread from person to person. Tetanus enters the body through cuts and wounds. They recommend that you get the Tdap for children 7 years and older, adolescents, and adults. And adults should receive a booster of the Tdap every 10 years. And in my case, I needed to take that again. Another one that I had to take was the RSV, which is the respiratory syncytial, I'm not saying it right, SYNCYTIAL vaccine. I'll just stick with RSV for now. So the RSV was something that I had not taken before. That's intended to prevent lower respiratory tract diseases, RSV is a common respiratory virus that is it usually causes mild cold-like symptoms. But just imagine if my system was somewhat more compromised than it was. RSV would be something that I would have been asked to take prior to this. Um, it causes illnesses in people of all ages, but in particular, seniors and infants. Uh, Adults at high risk for severe RSV includes, besides the seniors, anyone with chronic heart or lung disease, a weakened immune system, that would be me, or certain other chronic medical conditions, or anyone living in a nursing home. So I had to take that one as well. Um, I've also had to take the polio vaccine that's designed to prevent polio. Polio, short for poliomyelitis, is a disabling and life-threatening disease caused by the poliovirus, which can infect a person's spinal cord, and that could lead to paralysis. I had to take that. Children usually get that um, before the age of 1 or around the age of 1, sometimes a little later. I've had to get that vaccination. Another one that I had to get was, let me see what I wrote here. I had to take a total of 7. I had to take the hepatitis B. That's designed to prevent hepatitis B, which is a liver disease that causes mild illness that can last a few weeks. Sometimes that could be lifelong. That I have to take in several shots. Anyone 59 years or older, or younger rather, who has not gotten the vaccine, they should get it. That's a recommendation from the doctors. To my knowledge, I have not had that before, and I just got that. I also have to take the shingles vaccine called Shingrix. I have to take MMR, which is measles, mumps, and rubella. And I think I'm missing one. Let's see. Prevnar 20, Tdap, a specific flu called Haemophilus influenza. That's 3. Polio, hepatitis, MMR, shingles. So that's 7. I had the option of breaking it up, taking 2 at a time, or 3 at a time, or maybe even 4 at a time. I decided to take all 7 at once. You might be saying, Chad, you're doing too much for your body. Certain things can happen and you're not going to know which immunization caused the reaction. So I took the 7. And I was extremely tired. I was worn out. I did not have any energy. I dozed off for several days. I had extreme pain in the shoulders. It eventually wore out. It hurt to the point where if I leaned on it or if I poked it, it was somewhat painful, but bearable. Another reason I took the immunizations, I actually waited almost 2 hours at my appointment to get the immunizations. And I said to myself, if I had to make another appointment to get the remaining vaccinations that I did not get, I might not be willing to do that. I just said, let's get all of them. And when I got them, some needles were short, some needles were bigger. And when they inserted it in, you can actually feel it going in, and it was rather bothersome. But once it came out, it was a little bothersome for some time, but then it was okay. So in a nutshell, I was able to go through that experience because I've had good results from the meds that I was taking, the treatments. So I figured I would be able to take the 7 with no issue. The doctors had told me I don't have much to worry about except maybe a rash, maybe some pain in the arm, maybe some fatigue. But other than that, if I was able to deal with those, I would be okay. And I'm talking to you right now, having had 3 band-aids, 3 band-aids on one shoulder and 4 on another. I feel okay. But I was heavily fatigued when I got them. So this winter, I will be in a better position to fight the cold, the flu, or any other disease that comes forth. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that I won't get a cold or I won't get a flu. I will just be in a better position to combat against it. So, with the exception of, no, actually, MMR I have to take twice. Shingles I have to get twice. The others I have to get 2 additional boosters at a future date, sometime in the next year, and one in the winter and one in the spring. I have to get additional boosters for those immunizations. Now, again, not everyone is going to have the same kind of response as I have. Some are able to handle it, some are not. Some are able to only handle 1 at a time or 2 at a time. I was just brave enough to do 7. I probably should have spaced it out, but I decided to do it, and so far I'm okay. I just wanted to share my feedback on that. I'm welcome to any questions or comments on that, but for now, this is the conclusion of the video. I hope everyone is well. A reminder for all, please share my channel. I would love to reach out and help someone if my message can do so. Hit the like button. Please subscribe so you can get more notifications. Leave comments. Share with your folks. You be safe. You be well.